It's also worth noting that this season, this is only their third game loss, but it is their first loss in the first game of a series.
That's
when they
right.
lost against Samsung and they lost against Anarchy, one could say maybe they took their foot off the gas a little bit because they were already up 1-0. They had that safety net. Well, there's no net now, Doa.
That's right. It is win or have that streak that has gone on for months broken.
So, Rumble, Maokai, the bands from KT, trying to attack Marin's champion pool, which is wise. You see how poorly he played on that Gnar in the last game. Did have a good ult that got them the Baron, but beyond that was playing much too aggressive. And now you take away Rumble, the champion he's famous for, Maokai, the champion on which he's 23-1, and they take away the Corki, the champion on which Bang is 26-1. So they're trying to deny the and one composition from SK Telecom. The Janna's left, but that's less of a threat.
Yeah. What's the final ban going to be? They really need to do something to deny this Juggernaut comp. They can't let that happen again.
Well, what are you going to do? I mean,
Lulu?
last game, well, but now Victor, Thresh, and Azir are all still
Kog'Maw.
up, and the
Okay.
Kog'Maw. All right. Well, Lulu mid is far more dangerous with Kog'Maw than it is with most other champions. So they're going to take away the Gragas, actually, for Score, a champion that, honestly, Score hasn't really favored.
It's interesting. It is a little bit surprising to me the amount of priority on Gragas in this particular matchup with these two junglers.
I mean, here's the thing about Gragas. He's the whole package jungler. He can play aggressive early. He's super tanky late. He has percent damage reduction. He can engage. He can disengage. There's really nothing that Gragas can't do.
Yeah. Well, except for maybe ballet.
Or damage.
That's
But
right.
You don't need your jungler to do damage.
Sadly no. Well, there it is. Evelyn picked up for Bengi. They know there's not going to be a Rek'Sai on the other side spotting him. And Marin going with that Gnar yet again.
Interesting. So Marin feels safest against Someday on this Gnar. It's a match. It's just a laner that you can really bully people with. You can chip towers with and start to get control over the map.
Oh boy, and Peekaboo gets his Thresh too.
Shen and Thresh. Now remember last game, even though Someday was pretty far ahead in terms of kills, Marin was still able to put the pressure down onto the Shen.
Yeah.
So it's going to be up to KT to help Someday out in that lane.
If Marin hadn't had some of those silly deaths early on, that could have gone very, very differently. I think that was a big part of things too.
All right, they can take the Ezreal here. Yeah, you're right, absolutely. If he had not died so much, then maybe he could have gotten even more ahead in that lane. So I think it's still a good pick for SKT. You say, hey, Marin, dial it back a little bit. Now they can take the Ezreal.
less, dire.
They can take the Ezreal here, clearly, and then hide their last pick. So now they're going to force KT to show something that can be used against Runeclave Ezreal because they don't have the luxury of last pick this game.
Yeah, no Braum this time around with that Thresh already grabbed, and it looks like it will be the Alistar for Wolf. So nice position for SK Telecom, being able to use that Ezreal as a flex pick.
I think you take Victor here if you are KT. You take the Victor, you try and push the Ezreal in early and punish the pick. Please no Draven Arrow.
Well, if you think that it's going to be Sivir, maybe, I don't know.
Vayne is very strong here, actually. They've got good pick potential. They have a way to break up the team fight with the Gragas ultimate into those duels. They've got great Shen shields to peel for the Vayne. They could go Jugger Vayne. This is interesting, but it's definitely doable.
It's hyper carry, but it's a much shorter range hyper carry.
They are going to be very dependent on good Gragas ults if they pick this composition because that's their sole method of engage here.
Now, do you think this keeps the Ezreal in the mid lane for SK Telecom?
Yes, I do.
And what it'll be for Bang?
Twitch.
Whoa! Twitch for Arrow. Interesting.
So, Jugger Twitch, I guess it's going to be it. Now, we've seen some attempts at Twitch this year, mostly from OQ. They have not been very effective.
Yeah.
But Twitch and Thresh do have a very high chance of killing people in the laning phase. You can all in with that duo. You can still sneak around the map. Now the Vayne is going to be taken by SK Telecom. Wow, this is so risky from SKT. The reason why, they don't have really good wave clear here. especially early on, and Nagne is going to be able to push Faker in early in this game. This is the first time Faker is going to be playing Runeglaive Ezreal in competitive play. We've been waiting for this. Now, once he gets the Runeglaive and the ultimate, he's going to be able to make up for some of Vayne's lack of wave clear by using True Shot Barrage on the other lanes. And they want some kill pressure, of course, with Alistar and Vayne. That Twitch with limited mobility could get knocked around and killed very quickly in the bottom side.
I think Bang is just trying to add another champion to his grand pentakill tour this season. Seeing if we can pick one up with Vayne. We'll see, though.
So both teams are relying on one person for engage. That person is Wolf on SKT, and it's Score on KT Rolster. I don't know if I really I liked their composition better with the Vayne, just because when you Gragas ult, it's kind of anti-synergistic to the Twitch ultimate, the spray and pray.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure how much I like that, but again, Twitch is a strong duelist, so he's still going to be useful. It's not terrible, I just prefer the Vayne.
Well, we'll see if it's enough. As we go into game number 2, SK Telecom for the first time in a very long time, down a game in a series. And if they don't win it right here, if they don't tie things up, their match streak is over. Let's get in the game and see if KT can take the 2-0 or if we're going to game 3. SK Telecom versus KT Rolster here on Champion Summer. KT up one game after a pretty masterfully played Juggernaut composition. SK Telecom with a couple missteps here and there, especially in the top lane. We'll see if they've tightened things up as we go into game number 2.
You really got to see the comeback potential of SKT, though. Even though they did fall behind by a significant number of kills, they kept things dangerous.
Certainly did get scary for KT at that moment when SK Telecom got the Baron away. Some early warding. Yeah. Nobody wants Twitch to pop out of a brush at level 1 and be annoying.
We're going to see a lane swap from KT here. Looks like we're going to see a lane swap from SKT, actually.
Yeah.
Interestingly enough. So don't want to be in that lane too early. So
well, that Vayne should be just fine by yourself in the top lane for a while.
The main worry here, KT has to take a big lead early. They have to really do some good work in the early game because Faker basically has no threat from KT's composition. They don't have targeted CC. It's going to be really difficult to actually catch Ezreal out with a Gragas ult, so he's going to be able to clean up a lot of these fights forever. And that's not a good thing. You don't want to play against Runeglaive Ezreal without a reliable form of locking that Ezreal down. And
not really.
That is something KT lacks. So as long as KT doesn't suffer too many tower losses early, I think they have a very good chance of winning this game.
Fans from Texas there, coming all this way to watch Faker. And why wouldn't you?
The real question is, why haven't all these people on stream come that far to watch Faker?
Yeah, no kidding.
What are you doing with your lives?
It's really fun.
Get out here.
Oh, play from Peekaboo. He's trying to be very annoying at this blue buff. And
there are 3 people there. He needs to be super careful.
Yep, there's a flash pulverize. Peekaboo in a little bit of trouble. He flashes. The exhaust still slowing him down a little bit. So, flash for flash, although the exhaust used by Wolf. So SK Telecom using a bit more.
Yeah, actually did get the better end of that trade in the end. So.
Guess so, wow. Huh. Yeah, I'm surprised about that exhaust, or at least I'm surprised the exhaust didn't come down after the flash if he was still in range, you know?
Yeah.
Seems like generally you wait for that, but Wolf impatient for those kills this game.
Well, Wolf showed up really big in their last game, in his last game on Alistar.
Yeah.
Against the Coup Tigers.
Nice.
But yeah, as long as Faker doesn't lose the mid tower super early, because the big danger. Oh wow!
Wow.
Okay.
Peekaboo. That's a lot of damage. Wolf in a little bit of trouble too. He has no flash. Oh, if Peekaboo had hit that flay, that would have been an easy kill for KT. Either way, they force Marn out of lane early.
Yep, they're going to get his TP too.
Yep.
As a result of that play. So, yeah, this is the big question right now, because if they can get the mid tower down early with the Lulu, then maybe Faker will have to overextend where Arrow can just pop up behind him and kill it. But Arrow is going to have to be super sneaky this game to actually kill Faker.
Well, who knows what he can do on this Twitch. We have not seen anyone really succeed on it this season yet, but...
And we've never seen Twitch played in this kind of composition in Korea either. Very interesting, running pretty much the same style of comp that they did last time with the Shen, Lulu, and then a hyper carry.
Yeah, things have been very different today. KT certainly has come prepared. They've been playing really well lately, obviously, but bringing some stuff that I don't think anyone was expecting today. Oh, Marin just taking even more damage. Wolf has to use this combo. They are just really making it tough for Marin to CS. He's actually not doing too bad, though, when you look at it, but he's burning a lot of health with it.
Well, and the thing is, too, that as long as they have Marin in this dual lane, somebody's going to have that level and experience advantage over him. So that is quite problematic.
Yeah.
Because he does have the ability just to ult immediately as he hits 6 and try and make a play somewhere else on the map if they want to give up perhaps a turret or some damage on the turret, at the very least, to Vayne and top.
Well, Score wondering if he can make a play here onto Bang. Might be kind of tough, though. We'll see.
All right,
KT.
This is a really strong CC combo of Gragas and Shen.
Yeah, Bang has got to be a little bit worried here. He's got no wards, but it looks like Score's not even going to go for it.
Yep, Faker holding his own nearly to that true shot barrage right now.
Yeah. Oh, Bengi coming down, and Peekaboo and Arrow are pushed really far up. Are they going to be able to make
really
a play here?
Risky.
It's only level 4. They're going to go on to Peekaboo. There's Souffle, a little bit of damage. And the Lantern makes sure Arrow gets away just fine.
And that's where you wish, if you're Wolf, that you still had your flash up.
Yep. Pretty much. Couldn't get in range for that headbutt pulverize. Score looking to come back in again, maybe. This time he's going for it. Bang could be in a little bit of trouble, moving up even farther. Tumbles away now, condemns Someday back, but knocked against the wall by Score. Bang slowed down, flashes to dodge that taunt, and he will be able to make it out of there alive. Meanwhile, Peekaboo very, very low, shields himself. There's a summoner heal as well, and he'll be able to make it out. Man, close calls, multiple lanes.
Yeah, Bang having to use his summoner spell. Meanwhile, heal blown in the bottom side. Peekaboo took a little bit of a dangerous route toward the dragon.
Oh, here we go. Nagne, True Shot Barrage, chunks him pretty heavily. He's going to wild growth himself right away. There's the exhaust coming down from Wolf, and that's going to be first blood for SKT as soon as Faker hits one last auto. There we go. First blood for SK Telecom. Faker picks it up. It was close. Nagne maybe with a chance of getting away if he had just kind of ran for it, but Faker had that last auto.
Well, you have to be very worried about Wolf affecting the mid lane, and now that Faker's ahead, I don't know if KT is going to be able to come back from this, because
Faker ahead on Runeglaive Ezreal. Think about that one.
We know how good of an Ezreal player Faker is. We know that his Ezreal is renowned for having this massive effect on the rest of the map. And he gets that Trailblazer, so going for the early wave clear here.
That makes sense against Lulu.
The sustain too. Yeah, definitely. In case he gets poked, he'll have that extra little bit of healing and mana.
Yep. Well, level 6 for Someday now. So he can come in and try to make a difference here. I wonder if he had level 6 when that gank came in mid.
I do. I don't know if he did actually.
To give Someday the benefit of the doubt, we'll assume he didn't. Because otherwise, I think that would have been a pretty good time to use it.
It was very close to when Faker hit 6.
Yeah.
So
it's very well timed by SKT.
Here we go. Oh, tries to steal the blue buff, doesn't get it.
Yep.
They had a ward placed there, so they knew the approximate timing, but wasn't quite enough. So we're going to get chunked though. And Faker just happily sitting in the mid lane. Bengi going to come by. They want to get some wards into the bottom side jungle, and Faker just playing to that side of the map right now, so they can... Oh, no wards going down, just peeking in.
Yeah, interesting. Oh, well, no wards for Bengi or Wolf really at this point. Got to go back and buy.
Trying to use that Essence Flux as some harass over the minion wave.
Yep.
He's going to be pushed in eventually here.
Once those minions group up under turret, though, you just hit it with a Trailblazer Smite, and that'll clear the wave pretty quickly.
Indeed it will.
Meanwhile, Bang rotating back down to the bottom lane. And KT, who's going to get this first dragon? I wonder.
Well, the longer it gets delayed for SKT, the happier they're going to be.
Yeah.
Don't fight with this Ezreal early. They don't have a lot of combat stats between the two Trailblazers from SK Telecom right now.
Two-shot barrage. Score just cannot avoid being hit by that two-shot barrage.
Nice check, though, onto the brush.
Yeah.
And now they know that Score is there, so that's some very valuable information about where the enemy jungler is for the lanes. Marin, a little bit behind now that we're seeing them swap back into standard lanes, but
not by a lot yet.
yeah, still doing some nice harass onto Someday. Someday fortunate that he was able to pick up some armor before he actually got into the 1v1. Bang, lands the stun onto Peekaboo, but there is no follow-up.
Yeah, knew that poison was coming in from Arrow, so he was able to sidestep that without too much trouble. Faker lurking in the brush. Nice CS lead over Nagne as well, too.
Well, Nagne hasn't been able to have that same effect this game.
Yep. Amar needs to be careful here. He has no flash. Backing away, taking a lot of damage from this Shen already. Marin did die 1v1 to Someday's Shen last game.
Yeah, he does have to be very cautious, and he doesn't have really anything right now to help deal with this Shen. No, just the Kindle gem. Trying to go for the
Uh-oh. I think if Marin doesn't back off right now, he's in huge trouble. They've got a ward there.
Score knows.
Score could still dive.
Yep, Score knows that everybody knows he's there, but he's still just going to sit in this brush.
There's
Bengi going to see him, just try and chase him off.
Yep,
Does have a warrior enchant compared to just a sightstone, so Scores can't fight that battle.
Nice chunking of Score with those hate spikes. Bengi does very, very well. Uh-oh, Wolf could be in a little bit of trouble. Pushes Nagne away, doesn't want to get grabbed with that death sentence. Oh, gets grabbed anyway. Faker trying to support his support here. Gets flayed in, poked a bit, but Alistar already pretty tanky, so not a lot to worry about. Faker coming down, Scores here. And he's got to be careful he doesn't get bounced back by the explosive cask. Although he's still got flash. He's okay.
Yeah, this Ezreal, though, I fear may have gotten too much of an advantage already in this game, because KT had to keep him down early and try and get it in, because they just don't have an answer to Runeglaive Ezreal with this composition late.
Marin has his flash. Is he going to try to make a plan to Someday here? Trying to play it coy, and there's the ultimate thrown against the wall. They get the stun. The double stun comes in. Bengi follows with that Agony's Embrace. Going to try to taunt away, and they get the flash at least. But Someday still sticking around in lane for now.
See if they go for a repeat gank here, whether Someday's going to try and play a little bit more reserved.
They could
So
try.
it doesn't happen. I mean, they don't have their ults any longer, so it would be hard. But they're just going to actually TP right back into the top side. They're going for the follow-up gank, but Someday will have none of it.
Yeah, he knows something's up. He knows it's too dangerous to stick around and push that lane anymore. Bang & Wolf pushing up bot pretty hard.
It's Black Cleaver again. Now, in this game, I think that's very much a good idea. You really just want to extend the laning phase to get this Ezreal online, but KT finds an opportunity to take the mid lane turret. This is exactly what they need.
Wow, and so that wave clear, that pushing power from Nagne's Lulu is enough. Flash, explosive cast onto Faker, but he gets back into turret. Bengi is right there. Score and Nagne need to be a little bit careful, but nobody else from SK Telecom is around.
All right, but they got Faker's flash too, so definitely worth using your jungler's flash on that. And here we go.
Shen coming down, Bang already on the disengage. Wolf slowing him up. There's a flash flay from Peekaboo. Bang still there, walks right through the box, tumbling around, exhausted, getting very, very low. Someday dives for it, gets the kill for Arrow, and they're going to get him out on the Lantern. KT with a successful gank in bot, but in response, Marin takes that top lane turret.
Right, that was a big investment on that. Now KT can make another play because since they use Shen ult, they still have teleport advantage here. So if they want to do something else, they absolutely can. Nice play onto the bottom side, but it comes with a price. Arrow, the old submarine.
That's right. Shen, invisible Shen coming in for once a sneaky ninja. Nice flash play from Peekaboo as well as with that box. Bang accidentally tumbling through the corner of that, it looked like.
Yeah, and this is why, for the rest of the game, SKT has to be very on point with their pink warding to prevent that from happening, because if that happens on a Faker, it's going to be a really rough team fight afterwards. So, KT get a kill, they get that mid lane turret, but they lose something in response, and now the Black Cleaver is going to be doing work as SKT make their way down to the bottom side. There's no vision from KT Roll, so they had to back off after that kill, so a free dragon for SK Telecom.
That's really big, too, because after getting exactly 0 dragons in game number 1, getting the first one here is certainly nice. It's a morale boost anyway.
So now they're going to use Gnar on the bottom side, since that's the closest tower, to see if they can actually get some decent damage down onto that objective. Someday pushing up, SKT looking to respond, but there are a million wards in their top side.
Now that bottom turret's going to take a lot of damage before Arrow gets there, too. Marin getting some serious work done.
So the question is, for KT, now we have the timing where Arrow has the Blade of the Ruined King. This is where he can really start to affect the map. Faker has to play super far forward now that his tower's down. Can Arrow get a kill onto Faker?
Maybe. Faker, still no flash. Score coming in, takes some turret hits. They're going to try to slow him. Faker just arcane shifts away. Oh, the Agnes Embrace comes out. Peekaboo gets picked off by that True Shot Barrage. Nice bait, actually, bringing him right into the clutches of Bengi, and SKT not done quite yet. Here comes Marin up from the bottom line. Faker with more damage onto Nagne. Nice headbutt pulverize. Another kill for Faker, and SKT has really got the ball rolling now.
And KT, they had the right idea there, but the execution was off. Faker able to easily get out of that gank.
Yeah.
And because KT committed so far down that lane, they were trying to cut Faker off from behind. They just couldn't finish the kill. And frankly, you need Arrow to help with that. He is the one who needs to be getting those kills onto Faker early. He's got the CC and the damage to do it.
Wow, and are they going to get this mid lane turret right here? It doesn't look like it. Peekaboo narrowly missing another death sentence there. Good job of clearing out those wards immediately, but SKT is going to take quite a vision edge.
So Bengi can actually gank very efficiently for Marin right now. That Black Cleaver going to help out this Evelynn a lot with the Warrior enchant. So they actually have a lot of kill pressure, surprisingly.
So I wonder what Faker's first item after Runeglaive is going to be, with that Luden's not proccing off of the Q anymore. Bengi trying to defend his pink ward for now.
I mean, it's still good.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are many other ways to proc it, like W.
True Shot Barrage or W, yeah. True. And Faker's poke is starting to get a little bit crazy already.
Yeah, I don't know if KT can really do much. They caught a break by taking down that tier 1 in the mid lane, but then they misplayed it because Arrow just has to be there in the mid game to actually make picks.
Yeah.
He can't just sit in lane right now. He needs to get kills.
Well, this turret in a lot of trouble. Wolf actually getting grabbed, played in as well with Score there in the box. They might be able to grab something nice. Explosive cask brings them right into a pulverize zone. Marin here to defend, and man, Alistar's a pretty tanky champion, man.
He is, but they get him off the tower. It's only going to be worth blowing all those ultimates if they can actually kill the turret afterward.
It looks like they can. I don't think there's another wave for a while, and that turret with no health. Marin about to go Mega Gnar, but not quite soon enough to save the bottom tier 1.
It's another one of those situations, though, where you wonder if Someday had ulted, would they have been able to dive far enough to secure that kill?
I mean, yeah, Someday's only used like one Shen ult in this series so far.
They probably didn't know where Evelynn was, which is what I would suspect is the reason why they didn't want to go for that. Oh, it is going to be a Luden's.
Okay.
Purple Rain, you know how it is.
That's right. Hey, man.
It's Prince's
I lived in
favorite
Minnesota
item.
for a long time. I know all about Prince.
Do you know all about Purple Rain?
I haven't seen the movie, though. Oh, Nagne, Wild Growth himself. And he's going to be able to live for now, but Faker's still poking quite heavily with that Q. There's the exhaust. They're going to try to flash her play, but Bang is right there, condemning away Wolf with the body to block all the shots. Score coming back, and this is a bit of a messy fight for KT. Bengi gets grabbed, but SKT will be able to continue pushing, and Faker with the kill onto Someday. Oh boy, it's the Faker show.
Well, there's no one to kill Faker. Basically, if that pick fails, Faker can do whatever the hell he wants because there is no more threat. They knew the explosive cask was down. He could just keep doing this.
Man.
There's nothing to stop him, which is why KT's composition is questionable against this Runeglaive. They had
2 turrets.
And KT, they had to get kills on Faker with Arrow's Twitch. That is how they win this game. They roam to the mid lane, they get the kills early, or never. Basically.
I'm going to vote never at this point. Now, Faker 4-0-0 on this Runeglaive Ezreal. Dragging up in a minute, and SK Telecom with a great set of wards down to make sure that they can take that as well. Marin should be able to finish off this bot lane turret.
Yeah.
Someday.
Someday.
Eventually. Oh.
Purple Rain.
Purple Rain. All I remember about that movie, a little bit of it I saw is Prince riding a motorcycle.
I think we need
motorcycle.
Jarvan to build that item so he can be the prince with the purple rain.
That's a great idea. Luden's Jarvan, why not? Sounds like a Chobra build to me, doesn't it? Yeah.
Just purple rain with his E throws down the banner.
We need like a
the
purple.
Cataclysm.
We need a purple rain Corky skin. You know, where he's like just riding the big motorcycle instead of like a plane. That'd be awesome.
I would love that.
That's right. You would say things like, purify yourselves in the waters of Lake Minnetonka. Be great.
Would be fantastic.
Well, SKT with a lot of positioning over this dragon right now, but KT with a good amount of wards too. This one is up for contest.
Ooh, interesting. Faker actually has a QSS early. He knows that as long as he can escape the initial little CC burst from KT, that he's just going to be able to clean up fights. It's a very smart itemization in this particular situation. He knows he has the damage, and he has a lot of extra money because he's, what, 60 CS up and has 4 kills. I don't know if there's anything that's going to stop Faker now. I think it's too late to stop Faker.
I think so. Oh, arrow coming in. Here we go. Super secret Shen. Baron or Dragon still goes to SKT. Shen gets in the middle of everybody, but he's on his own. Death Sentence onto Marin. That's not the one you want to hook. Peekaboo in a lot of trouble. Marin with a kill there. Exhaust onto Arrow. Gets Wild Growth, but that leaves Nagne vulnerable. Arrow's still getting very low. And how far does SKT want to push this? Faker can just chase this all day, though, man.
Here's a QSS.
Oh, the minion. Marin coming in. Ultimate throws somebody near the wall, but Nagne gets locked up under his own turret. Looks like they might get Wolf. Now he's going to get away. What am I talking about? He's Alistar. There's another kill. So SKT, let's recap. Bunch of kills, Dragon, turret, things going pretty well.
Red
SK
buff.
Telecom. Red buff. The game.
Yeah, with this kind of lead, with the Runeglaive Ezreal, this is one of the reasons why in the current meta on blue side you have to draft or ban you have to draft against or ban the Runeglaive Ezreal. So Bang gets caught out right here, but Arrow can't do enough damage, is condemned into the wall. Marin eats the hook for Faker, and now it's not even hard for Faker to do anything right now because no one can actually kill him. He just keeps on Arcane shifting forward, getting those Runeglaive procs off, uses his QSS to clear the slow, and then just walks on through the turret. Nagne has a shield, but it's not enough in the end as Bang gets the kill and takes out the turret right afterwards. And it's nice to play the Vayne with the Runeglaive Ezreal too because you get an attack speed bonus off of the Essence Flux.
Yeah, that's right. Huh.
Not exactly high synergy when it comes to sieging.
Well, certainly a nice little side bonus.
Yeah, I mean, it's all right. Certainly it's going to cut through the Shen, which is something that SKT had problems with in the last game.
Well, they're certainly not having any problems doing it now.
But anyway, as I was saying, this is why when you're playing blue side in the current meta, you either have to ban the Ezreal or you have to have a plan about how you're going to deal with the Ezreal. You have to take some picks. And in this last game, we saw KT ban the Maokai, one of the prime ways to shut down an AP Ezreal. Same with Rumble, actually.
Yeah.
Because you can zone him out of a fight with Equalizer, at least do enough burst.
Oh boy, Nagne, goodbye. Wow, that
Nice.
lantern just illuminated his death.
Wolf's mechanics with the Flash Pulverize Headbutt, or Flash Headbutt Pulverize combo, have been so on point. That is a combo that if you mess up, you invest 5-minute cooldown timers in it. You have to be on point and nail it, and he has the last couple of weeks.
He just does not miss this stuff. All right, they're going to go for Baron. They're going to turn on to Someday. Back on to Baron again. What can Peekaboo do? Coming in, Arrow sneaking around. That cooldown's going to be gone for a little while. Score maybe coming from the other side. SKT turns. They know they've got KT split up. True shot barrage takes a big chunk out of both of those guys. Nice ult. Oh no! Martin misses him with the Gnar ult though. And Arrow still kiting backwards, but it's a 1v5 now, and he is dead. Score comes in just to get the kill onto Bang, but that is going to mean A near ace. Nagne alive only because he died earlier. They are going to just go for the Baron anyway.
Yeah, SKT, instant turn off of that Baron. They knew exactly what they wanted to do. No problem actually executing the kill, and now they will get a Baron 100%.
Yep, sadly the Vayne will not have the buff, but they will be able to just barely get it with some good aggro management. Let's watch that fight again.
I mean, Faker, look at this. He actually sees the lantern and then hits them both because he knows that Arrow's going to take it to Peekaboo because basically Arrow couldn't see Faker right there.
I think Bang condemned Arrow mid-lantern ride, so it pushed him and stunned him against the wall at the end.
Yeah.
That was sick.
Nicely done. Well, KT, I admire your ingenuity with this Twitch, but they didn't actually execute in the timing that they had to try and punish Faker, and now the Twitch pick looking pretty silly.
Yeah, it's not working at all. I mean, to Arrow's credit, he's got a decent stat line, but that's because he can just be invisible and run away if things get bad.
Yeah, he still doesn't even have his Ghost Blade either.
Yeah.
And 2 QSSs on SK Telecom, so that is going to really eliminate someday from doing much of anything.
Uh-oh, score. That makes it out on the Lantern, so he'll be okay, but SK Telecom starting to push ahead with that Baron. Meanwhile, top turret goes down in favor of KT Rolster.
Death Gap is done for Faker now.
That's a lot of damage.
Yep, nice, just push it up, zone people off the turret while Bang pushes. So you can go ahead and take another tier 2. Very smooth turret control from SK Telecom as they slide down into the bottom side of the map.
Yeah, Bang's still with no static shiv, but I'd imagine he'd be able to get it after they finish this push. He's very close to it, and SKT will just continue pushing.
Yes, they will. Nothing will stop them now. Faker has 100% kill contribution score this game.
Wow. Yeah, and this turret's
He
going
has
to be
a 5,000 gold lead over Nagne.
It's probably one of the biggest we've seen in the mid lane in quite a while.
Especially at 26 minutes.
Faker got a lot of kills. Well fed. There go the minions, and they're going to try to keep pushing for this inhibitor. And it looks like they're going to get it. No problems at all, and at this point, if you're KT, you know, what do you do? There's not much.
Well, their draft wasn't quite as clever this game as it was last game, Doa.
I mean, even at their worst, SK Telecom was only about 5,000 gold down, and you compare that to now a 13,000 gold lead for SKT over KT in game number 2 here.
Yep, easily going to get the 3rd Dragon too, which is only going to belabor KT's problems, considering that they already can't kill Faker because he's too slippery, and they don't have the tools to do so.
Pretty much. And now it should be all cleanup for SK Telecom here in game 2.
Yep, they have all of the outer turrets and the inner turrets, and now with that inhibitor down, they can go ahead and wait this game out. There's no pressure for them to finish in a timely fashion.
Yep, that's right. Any more kills are just icing on the cake at this point. Icing on the stat cake.
The old stat cake, my favorite.
That's right. Cake of statistics. Faker can't be bothered to take one jungle camp at a time.
Got to go for all of them simultaneously.
That's right. It's good to go for the Gromp, but if you can go for so much more. Oh, Bang with a 2K gold lead over Arrow too, so it's pretty big. 2K gold lead for Marin up in top, who's had a much better, much less dying-filled game too.
Yes, he has. Marin got his head on straight and actually was able to control the tempo of the top lane with that Black Cleaver this game.
Yep. All right, hook onto Marin. Again, not the person exactly that you want to bring closer to your team. Everybody dodges 2-shot barrage, but that's going to let SK Telecom come in and take out this turret. Wow, and Nagne getting very, very low. Marin comes in, doesn't use the ultimate. They're going to try something. Peekaboo. Whoa, he tried to make a play or something. I'm not sure. And now Arrow, very, very low as well. Faker manages to QSS that grab. That could have been dangerous, but a double kill for Bang already. Scoring a lot of trouble. Bang comes in, or Bengi comes in for that kill, and this one, guys, is over.
Yeah, Super Minions in the bottom side, gonna hit those Nexus turrets very soon.
Yep.
So SK Telecom rebounds one lopsided game, but they decisively take this one in under 30 minutes.
Wow, yeah, and at 29 minutes, nearly exactly, SKT takes a resounding Game 2 win. We are all tied up. GG.
Much better played by SK Telecom this game. KT gave them a few troubles early, but I think they didn't execute with the Twitch properly. It was a risky pick that needed a very small timing window to be successful to work. Didn't work. Faker got super fed on Runeglaive Ezreal, and that's about all you can ask for on that champion.
Yeah, well, some creative plans again, from KT coming in game number 2.
Yeah.
You wonder what they have in store for Game 3.
I like